Hello, today we're going to be talking about the finals. Now I just want to make a quick disclaimer, I'm not an expert on this game, I've had maybe 20 hours since downloading it a couple days ago. But I do have experience in other areas, such as Apex Legends, which is what really brought me to this game. I've had many experience in stuff like Siege and Battlefield, where I feel like this game is really borrowed from, not borrowed, but was inspired from, and it's actually really helped the game, and adjusting to it was easy. It was just really easy to get on and play with. It does make a lot of sense though, because the development team, Embark Studios, has a lot of ex-members from stuff like Respawn and DICE, which are the people behind Battlefield and Apex, which kind of makes sense why it feels like one of their games. But anyway, enough yabbering, onto the video. But I've got to say, overall, of my first impressions, the gunplay is just super smooth. I don't know why, it's something about it. It's just so smooth, rewarding, satisfying. The sound design, I think, plays into a little bit. And to talk about the sound design, oh my god, the whole theme of this game, just being a game show, all the sounds, they just feel right, they fit. It doesn't matter what the sound is. I don't even know what half the sounds are for, but they feel like they should be there. I mean, just take a listen for yourself.
Coin counts. Nice deposit by the Battlelist.
But I tell you what, that isn't even the standout for this game. The standout for this game is the fucking movement. Oh my god, it's so clean. Like, the fact that you can just grapple over, bounce off something flying in the sky, and then just land on someone and just absolutely fucking murk them is just, it's what I need. It's what the community needs. Now, obviously, I can only talk about the movement as a light class. I haven't touched medium or heavy, so I don't know what they're like, but I imagine it's not even close, because the way I've seen people moving around, even in this clip, this guy with the sledgehammer, he can't do anything against me running away, and it just doesn't seem fun to play. However, heavy is kind of a problem for light class if you run into them one-on-one, or one-on-two is the worst. If they have a teammate, it's almost 100% you're dead or you run away. You can't do anything. Like, stuff like the RPG is particularly frustrating because you can't do anything about it. But then I guess it's balanced by the fact that I have the taser and they can't do anything about that unless they're just better. But they're not. Now, another frustration is running into other lights, because you obviously both have the same abilities and probably similar skill sets, judging by, I think, the skill-based matchmaking, which can make it quite frustrating to get tasered and then one shot in the back by a shotgun, but that's just the game, I guess. And I think it's a normal thing for a game like this to have growing pains in the early stages. Like, this game's only been about a month, I think, and there's just so many items you can pick from, so many different combinations, so many different ways you can attack people, that there's bound to be stuff that's slightly unfair and stuff that's going to catch you off guard, and the player base just needs to adjust to it, I think. And with that, we should probably have a look what light class is rocking. Now, with a choice of 3 different specializations, 9 different weapons, and 12 different gadgets, you're never short for choice. But if you've been paying attention to the background gameplay, you might have noticed I've found my favorites, those being the M11 and the V9S. However, I do think the other weapons have their place. Like, the shotgun's quite good against other lights, the LH1 seems to be good against heavy players, the SR84 is obviously just a sniper, the XP54, kind of fun to use, and I haven't really messed with the dagger or the sword. I've seen a lot of people using it, just sneaking up on me and killing you with the cloaking device, which has been just a source of frustration, but just learning to run away from those is simply the counter. And the only one I haven't brought up yet is the throwing knives, because they seem to be in quite a special place where they're silent but they still have range and they still have quite a lot of damage, and I feel like I just haven't experienced them enough to actually talk on them. Now, one thing I do feel like I have experienced enough to talk on is the movement. There's a lot of tricks where I don't see people using them, and I think they should always be using simple stuff such as, like, when getting a lot of momentum off jumping off something, make sure you jump to keep that momentum rather than the sliding, because sliding will give you a little bit, but just nowhere near as much as bunny hopping can carry. And I think that's exercised quite well in this clip, where you can see I carry a lot of my momentum off spawn and I'm able to get back into fights easier, but you can also use that to get away from people and chase people. Like, it's a universal thing. Like, if you're going somewhere, you want to be going as fast as possible. I think it's super important to utilize your environment no matter what class you're playing. If you've got things around you that will help you, use them and use everything you can. Otherwise, other people are going to use that against you. And it goes deeper than just using windows and barrels or zip lines and stuff. Like, you're going to want to make alternate angles and stuff wherever you can. Be where people aren't going to expect you to be, because that's the utility of the light class. The way you can get around so quickly, switch up your angle, switch up your approach, and you're going to win more fights. Now, another thing I do want to dive a little bit into is just positioning and how to position yourself. As a light class, you're going to want to go and take height. Height is super important, because it allows you to shoot down on people where they can't really see you, and you're able to reposition yourself. There's no walls in the way. If you want to get away, you can just hook to another building and you're gone. And it also provides you with a lot of cover with the options of going into buildings as well. You can just jump from window to window and really confuse people and make yourself a lot harder to chase. Another key aspect of playing the light class is singling out 1v1s. Because you only have 150 HP, you want to fight as little people at the same time as possible. Because not only do you have less damage coming towards you, you also have less eyes on you, so you're able to get away and potentially surprise the other teammates without them knowing that you're coming. Now, don't expect to just instantly be better after watching this video. It does take a lot of time to practice, because it's not even just thinking about doing it, it's actually being able to execute it while thinking about other things, which is the real problem, but it'll eventually come in time, and I'm sure I'm bound to improve as well. But yeah, that about wraps it up for this video, so peace.